2021, 2022, and 2023, that he actually cashed out more than 40 billion naira. And I didn't make that up. So let's break it down. Fraudster Sotobo Keyamo, the stunt he put was that he was going to employ 1,000 youth in every local government. And Nigeria have 774 local government areas. Multiply that by 1,000. Don't flex. I mean, don't fret. That is a 774,000 jobs. So, Otobo Keyamo then bought some wheelbarrows, some cutlasses, machetes, rakes, and some packers to do roadshow. I put it through their supposed budget, and money was released. So that was why they went on the roadshow, took some pictures, cut some grass here and there. And up to this moment, there is no single person that will say he is working in the Ministry of Labor in Nigeria today when Otobo Keyamo employed them. 774,000. Do you know that number is massive, right? 774,000. That is like times 4 of the size of the Nigerian army combined. Times 3. No, sorry, times 2.5. Sorry, times 3. Times 3 of the population of the entire Nigerian police force. That is number of the youth that fraudster Sotobo Keyamo used in cashing out over 40 billion naira. Ask them today. How many of them are now still working that job and being paid 50,000 naira? That was the promise. Today, fraudster Sotobo Keyamo is the Minister of Aviation in Nigeria. Like all, we are a poor nation. And the backbone will follow.
We are a poor nation. The backbone will follow. They say firewood not food. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, try shining, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. Do it.
So again, it is corruption galore. And I can go on and on and on, including that of Fashola, Isaleko, Barack Obama. Bunch of thieves. I can start giving you all these lists one by one, but they're all working free, like, Except if you are not in the good book of the emperor, the new sheriff in town. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. And others who continue to feel like the association between Peter Obi and Ngige triggered this. No. Don't model them. Yeah, like I said, we can't take politics out of it, right? But here is the thing. Like every one of them, few ones I just listed for you just now, that if Nigeria was a real place, you should be having all the past governors, past ministers, all of them cobbled together, standing trial for corruption. Like it should be a real spectacle. But that won't happen. Simply because the system abhors corruption. The system actually encourages corruption. The thing is, whose side are you? So the last time, in fact, including this video of Ngige and Faleke, when Ngige was Minister of Labor and he was invited by Tifnumbu's, one of Tifnumbu's proteges, right? Faleke from Kogi, who is also representing Ikeja, Federal Constituency in Abuja, by the way.
Like my junior brothers, except Faleke, they say he's up to 60, I don't know. I'm 60 plus. So you are near my age, but I'm at least 7 years older than you, I'm sure. I'm the same age with your mentor in Lagos, Asiwaju. And I was governor with him at the same time. He was a senator, I was a senator. I'm a two-time minister, he isn't a two-time minister.
But he won all his elections very well.
No problem about that. Just like you won your own in Kogi State very well.
Yes.
And you are now the deputy governor and governor of Kogi State.
Mr. Minister, please respond.
I'm responding, my friend. If you have me, I have you 10 times.
I won.
I'm a Lagos boy. I'm a Lagos boy. You are just a small boy in Lagos. Look at this boy. Mushim boy is talking to a VI boy. I live in Victoria Island. Look at Mushi boy from Kogio. You are Oborobo. Just go. I don't get time for you. Kilo share.
Like, now, people who always bring things up. Like I told you as well, those who are their supporters will give you reasons why this trial is political witch hunting. But me, I love to follow the money. Do you understand? Because you. So is it because of 130 million naira now that they will now say he did not collect any money from anybody? Did they see the money in his bank account? They paid the money to his foundation, blah, blah. We can all act probably ignorant if we want to, because that's selective. But the point here is that the system, things like this are to give you an idea into how Nigeria got to where Nigeria is. Somebody who was the accountant general under Buhari, appointed by Buhari as accountant general of Nigeria. The guy is from Kano. Do you know what he did? He stole 187 point something billion naira. Accountant general. How did he get the money? Accountant general? You are just to check account, Abi. Is that not like auditor general? No, auditor general is different. Accountant general. How did he manage to squeeze nearly 190 billion naira from the system? He did successfully. Lifted all the money out of the old system. Now, they took him to court for stealing 180 something billion naira. He is also doing his own, those things like religious. While he was on trial, I don't know if he's still on trial, by the way. Yeah. While he was on trial, Kano Emirates gave him double chieftaincy title. The first one they gave him in Hausa, they called him the accountant general of the Arewas. Something like that. When you say this is number one accountant in the Arewa land, something like that. They gave him a title for that. Then they gave him another title, which is like, kind of like a regional head. When they say somebody is like a regional head or a community head, village head or area head or whatever, yeah? That gives him a bit of a control over a small space, like a village head. He was rewarded. Never spent a night in prison, not till up to this moment. When you check those who are defending him, they are senior advocates of Nigeria, senior lawyers, because they will be paid in billions so that he could keep the rest of his billions and they can keep him out of jail. The cycle continues because after a few years, he will resurface again, repackaged. They may tell you that he's now a senator or he's running to be governor. Just like it's, you just look back and be like, was this not the same guy that they said stole 100 something billion naira? Like Malamu. If they dip their hands into Malamu's pockets, they will still manage to squeeze out over 100 billion naira looted by that lunatic. But right now, he's spending some of the money buying people in Kebbi, empowering them with Okada and the rest, so that they could run around and make him their governor, executive governor of Kebbi State. Meanwhile, you can't blame the people per se. If you have a working system, there are those who should never even make it beyond application stage. When you say I want to join political party. I want to run for councillor. And you pick up an application, say, if you dare it, you're going to go to jail. With all these things that we found on you, the party can't even present you. This is where you have the real people who do the background check on them. If they're actually doing their jobs, they will never make it to the position of using the stolen money, right, to get executive power in order to now consolidate that looting, protect it, and then loot more. That's what Nigerian system is. So when you see people who are collecting 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 naira, those ones who are collecting empowerment from them, running all over the place for them, you don't really blame those ones. Trust me. Don't. If you pay attention to the system that produces all these rogues, if you start with the law that empower political party to choose these criminals, because that's where the power comes from. The political party can choose anybody, the blah. Meanwhile, the same law says all the security check, background checks, and the rest of that should be done by the relevant security agencies and all that, but they won't. Even when they did, there are higher power that will tell them to ignore this, ignore that. That person has been approved by some stakeholders, some interest parties. You get what I mean? Then they push drug dealers, rapists, human traffickers, organ traffickers, treasury looters, armed robbers, kidnappers, all this kind of like terrorists. They will put on agbada, put on suits, dress well. They put them on the posters for the supposedly the poor people to go and vote for them. And then they will do everything at the same time to twist and muzzle the system in order to ensure that they emerge. Now, all of that, when you take a look at all of that process, nobody should be too surprised what they have turned the country into today. It is a looting galore. It's more or less like you are a sinner if you fail to loot. Like, you can't tell Nigerians and say, I was governor and I never stole a kobo. No, they won't really believe you. And that is why, if you look at Peter Obi, and those who really, really despise, if you ask them to, apart from those who are repeating what they are being told to say, right? When you ask them critically and say, give me a reason why you have so much, you are so triggered talking about this guy, and you are not really pressed talking about the ones who are making decisions and ruining the country right now. You are not so angry like that. But this Peter Obi gets you so worked up. They will say it's because of how people are hiding him. They are calling him a saint. They are Saint Obi. It's like he's a saint. He didn't steal a kobo. He will go everywhere. That used to kind of like, it's crazy, right? It is crazy. When Peter Obi brags about if any kobo is missing in Anambra State, they should, that he stole any kobo in Anambra State, right? That it will stop going everywhere and it will actually stop campaigning to be president. He said, I've got house here and I've got this there. If you find anywhere else, take it. That used to be like a bragging thing. Then from nowhere, they weaponized that against him by saying he's a liar, he's pretending to be poor, he's this and that. So his sin is because he didn't steal any money. And to Nigerians, that's not true. I don't believe him. In fact, I hate him for that. In fact, he's lying. So you get like, how could he be a governor and didn't steal any money? Yeah? He invested Anambra State in his family business. You don't get it. You have governors who have looted 10 billion, 20 billion, 70 billion, 100 billion, 200 billion. Right? So, why do you feel so triggered that somebody says, I didn't steal a kobo? Like, why are you so tense, so worked up that you wanted to make that true? Because it is Nigeria. They hate you for it. How dare you pretend that you are not like others? What makes you think you are different? They don't believe you can be different. If you go to public office, you have to loot. Mind you, like I said, they will tell you that they don't like corruption, they don't like looting. But no, that's not true. Majority of Nigerians expect you to steal. So that they can just say, everybody is a team, all of them are the same, Gary. We will just say, pray to God, to touch their hearts, to do something for us. They don't believe that it is so wrong, right, to normalize treasury looting the way they have done it in Nigeria. So if you go to public office and you come out and say, I didn't steal any money, say, now lie, do you believe that? Nobody could be any no go. Yeah, I swear to God, they expect you to steal. Do you get me? So, in that breath, right, while they are going after giving us the spectacles and all of that about their, that's the guy, Peter Obi himself, because the ADC are talking. They are saying that they are concerned. The momentum around their coalition and the rest of that didn't even last more than just about 2 weeks, in my own opinion. And it was simply because, everybody thought the coalition were coming together, they're going to form a very strong opposition, and they're going to do things so differently that Nigerians who are going to start seeing them as alternative to APC, the blah, the blah. But Atiku wants to run again. So how is that going to work out? Obedience in their millions believes that anywhere Obi goes to, because to them, Peter Obi is their own political party. So anywhere Obi goes to, he must be the presidential candidate. Those who are already political, career politicians, they feel offended. They're like, that's the same thing you did in 2023. Yeah, they said that's what they said. The same thing the Obedient did in 2023. That they believed that they could go it alone. Anyway, this tension has been going on for the past few months, but the time is ticking. So now ADC coalition feels like Atiku and the Obi coming together, which is mostly people believed that this coalition thinking was probably like a trap to further curtail Obi himself, and Atiku, to ensure that maybe Atiku is the one that will run against Tinubu again. A lot of permutations and all that. To show you get me down. So right now they believe that it is likely not going to happen. There are those who also believe that it's good. Let him keep them so confused. Like Obi is keeping people confused. The APC confused. But there's like a time is everything go. So if you want to be part of this, there will be no honorary ticket for you. But who is that person to say that? We don't know yet. Anyway, here was Obi himself, right? Just a few hours ago.
About what anybody can tell you about politics, Peter Obi presidential candidate. I am not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. Anybody can be president. Anybody can be anything. If it's working for everybody. If it's not working for anybody. Anybody who tells you it's going to work for him and is doing this, no. It is not working for any Nigerian today. And anybody who tells you he's happy in Nigeria today, tell him that Mr. Obi said he's not a human being. He's an animal. Because nobody is happy when so many people around you are suffering. Nobody is happy when people are dying around you. Nobody is happy when you wake up and you hear bad news all over. And that is why I said it's an essential problem. And for me, who happen to be in public life, it is more painful. Why is it more painful? We are suffering in midst of plenty. Nigeria, Africa have no reason to be poor. We have no reason to be associated with poverty. God in his evening messages gave us everything, blessed us, everything we need to be great. But he gave us people like me who are also incompetent, mean, and have refused to work for the people. All of us, so don't exclude any politician. All of us have turned the whole place into a crime scene where people are stealing what they don't need.